James Safechuck, the American man who became widely known for his allegations against the late pop legend Michael Jackson, has recently opened up about his emotional struggles in an effort to bring attention to the profound effects of trauma that he has been living with for decades. His journey, one marked by intense pain, confusion, and a long road to self-awareness, sheds light on the psychological battles faced by those who have endured childhood abuse, particularly at the hands of people they once trusted and admired. Safechuck, now 47, first came into the public eye when he was one of the key figures in the documentary Leaving Neverland, which outlined his allegations of sexual abuse at the hands of Michael Jackson. He claims that the abuse began when he was just 10 years old and continued for a period of time, even after the alleged abuse stopped. Despite the trauma he experienced, James remained in contact with Jackson for years after the alleged abuse ended, and their bond, which seemed unbreakable at the time, left him deeply conflicted and struggling with his emotions. In a recent interview with the Times newspaper, James revealed some of the emotional turmoil he has faced over the years. He explained that, in the aftermath of the alleged abuse, he felt as if a part of him had died. "I think a part of me died. You are dead inside," he said, reflecting on the emotional numbness he endured as a young boy. For years he felt disconnected from his own feelings, unable to process events in a healthy way. "You go numb, you don't learn how to process events, good or bad. The self-hatred was really intense, but you don't know why you hate yourself," James confessed. It wasn't until much later in his life that James began to understand the root of his self-loathing. He now recognizes that, instead of directing his anger and pain toward Michael Jackson, he internalized the emotions and began to hate himself. "I know now that it's because instead of hating Michael, I hated myself," he explained, underscoring the deep confusion and pain that often accompanies trauma, especially for those who experienced abuse at a young age. In his 20s, James turned to drugs as a way of numbing the emotional turmoil he felt. He used substances like cocaine, marijuana, and painkillers to escape from the chaos that consumed his life. During this time he was also part of a band, which may have offered him a sense of escape and identity, though it did not shield him from the internal battles he was facing. Despite his struggles, James managed to land a tech job, which helped him break free from his drug habit. However, when the drugs were no longer masking the pain, James found himself facing an entirely new set of challenges. When the drugs went away though, then the pain started. "I was hit with everything that had been masked and I was really struggling," he said. This moment of clarity was both a turning point and a painful realization for James, as he came to understand the extent of the emotional wounds that had been buried for so long. He now recognizes that his emotional and psychological pain was deeply tied to the abuse he endured. "You don't know why you're in so much pain. You don't connect the abuse to the pain that you're in at the moment," he explained, shedding light on the disconnect that often occurs between the traumatic event and its long-lasting emotional effects. James's journey toward healing has been complicated, marked by setbacks and moments of deep despair. As he reflected on his struggles, he also mentioned how becoming a parent brought a new dimension to his healing process. Being a father to 3 children, James began to see the abuse from a different perspective, one that triggered a breakdown. This shift in perspective was both painful and transformative, as it forced James to confront the deep scars left by the abuse and its lasting impact on his emotional well-being. Parenthood, which many would see as a source of joy and fulfillment, became a catalyst for James's emotional reckoning. "Becoming a parent shifted my perspective on the abuse and led to a breakdown," he admitted. The love he felt for his children was overwhelming, and at the same time, it magnified the emotional void that had been created during his own childhood. The realization that he had been robbed of a healthy, safe, and loving childhood by someone he trusted left him feeling both heartbroken and betrayed. It was in these moments of reflection that James was finally able to come to terms with the depth of his trauma. While the emotional toll of the abuse has been severe, James's story is one of resilience and hope. He continues to share his journey, hoping that by doing so, he can help others who have experienced similar trauma. His openness about his struggles with addiction, self-hatred, and the long road to understanding the connection between his abuse and his pain serves as a powerful reminder of the complexity of trauma and the profound impact it can have on an individual's life. James Safechuck's decision to share his story is an act of courage, and his willingness to revisit painful memories in an effort to heal is inspiring. It is also a call for more attention to be paid to the long-term effects of childhood trauma and the importance of offering support to survivors. His story is a reminder that healing is a journey that often takes years, and that the road to recovery can be long and difficult. However, it is also a reminder that, with time and support, it is possible to find healing and reclaim one's life. As James continues to process the emotional weight of his past, he is also speaking out about the importance of addressing sexual abuse and its lasting effects on survivors. He has become an advocate for those who have suffered in silence, showing them that they are not alone and that their pain is valid. His efforts to raise awareness about the impact of abuse on survivors' mental health are critical in helping to break the silence surrounding these issues and in ensuring that future generations of children are protected from harm. In the end, James's story is one of survival. He has faced unimaginable pain, but he has also demonstrated remarkable strength in his journey to heal. His courage in sharing his experiences, both the good and the bad, is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and overcome even the most difficult of challenges. Through his journey, James Safechuck is not only reclaiming his own life but also offering hope and support to others who have faced similar experiences. His story is one of healing, resilience, and the power of speaking out.